Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and lately on Twitter and Facebook, and then sometimes in the comments of my videos, there's been a lot of talk about my son Colin. And I look back, and it looks like I've talked about his disorder before, but it's been almost a year, and that's about 500,000 subscribers. And I thought, you know what? I think it's time to sort of re-inform people on what his deal is. I have this upcoming bout in the Octagon with one of my haters. He probably won't show, but I'll do that in another video. And that is, a lot of it is centered around the fact that he's picking on my son. So I thought, you know what, I would sort of inform you guys as to what his deal is, and that will inform the next video I make about what's coming up. So here's the deal: my son's 8 years old. He'll be 9 in June, and he can't talk. That's about the core of it. He can talk a little bit, and his mother and I and his sister can understand him, but you probably couldn't, because you don't really know his vocabulary, and without that, it's a tough thing. He has two problems. He's been diagnosed with autism, but that's not really it. He may have it, he may not. Autism's a spectrum disorder, which means that so many people could fit on it from high to low. It can mean almost nothing, quite frankly, to meaning quite a lot. That's how autism is. But he has two things that actually do mean a lot. One is auditory processing disorder, right? And what this means is that when he hears things, he doesn't always translate them into thoughts and ideas like you do naturally, right? As you're listening to me, you're not putting forth any special effort, presumably, to figure out what I'm saying. It just comes naturally to you. You hear it, you're good to go, there's no trouble. For Colin, even though his hearing is very good, it's not as if you could sneak up on him. Translating that into the thoughts and ideas that these sounds were supposed to be doesn't happen for him. It just, I don't know how to explain it. It's not something that I've experienced, but that's where he is. And the other half of what he has is like a speech disorder. And the way they describe it is he just doesn't have what I'll call the dexterity to form words very easily. So if, think about if you were to say something like mama or dada, like first words, they're easy to form with your mouth. You can maybe do it silently to yourself right now. Mama, dada, they're a piece of cake. But the mental gymnastics required to say mental gymnastics or cannibal or some of these vowel consonant combinations that don't just flow into each other, that's where he really struggles. He doesn't say those things very well. And, sometimes it'll get frustrating for him because he knows what he wants to say, but he can't. And that's just where his deal is. So this inability to listen very well, combined with this inability to speak very well, which are surely tied into each other, right? You'd have a hard time speaking if you were deaf too, right? Just like deaf people often have a particular kind of accent. Colin has the same thing. So that's his deal. Is he autistic? Well, he's been diagnosed with that. We've seen a lot of different doctors. Some doctors say he's autistic. Some doctors say that the way that he relates to other people and behaves socially and his kind of social awareness imply that he's not autistic. So shucks, I don't know. We have not run away from the autistic label for two reasons. One, I don't want to diagnose myself with any kind of denial, right? I'm not going to deny that he's autistic. If he is, he is. I'm good with that. And the other part of it is, if you're in the public school system, having a really sort of notable, understandable something gets you special classes and treatments and maybe extra teachers that you wouldn't get if you just had speech disorder of some sort. If you have Down syndrome, then the school's kind of prepared to deal with that and put you on a plan. If you have something you've never heard of, then the school's not as ready to, provide special services for that. So we don't run away from the autism label, even though he's been diagnosed with and without it. Now, when you have a kid like Colin, when you have a kid that has these struggles, that doesn't fit in socially sometimes, there is a bit of a temptation to just kind of hide him in the closet. And there are some, haters out there who would prefer that that's what I did. And it's not how I roll. Because what this channel does is it shares a lot of who I am with you guys, right? I don't hide anything, right? The good, the bad, the in-between, etc. It's all fair game, on this channel. So I'm free to do that. Look, it would be the easy way out to just, not tell people about him. That would be the deal. I've been in restaurants before, when he was younger and I was still sort of, going through the phases of acceptance on his troubles. it would be the easy way out to just kind of, not mention it. But, you're at a restaurant and he's misbehaving, and like other people are observing that you've got a kid with special challenges. And sometimes it's tricky to deal with. I've eventually grown to the point where it's like, yeah, I don't care what you think. Your opinion doesn't matter. If you're hating on me, F you. This guy's on Team Gamertag, and that's just the way it is. I will hold my head high. I will keep my chin up, and I will raise him, and I will support him, and I will give him the extra things that he needs, and that's just how this goes. It doesn't matter to me that you think I should be hiding in the way. That's not the deal. I will treat him just like I do my daughter. I've had my daughter on my channel. I've taken her to the dentist and asked for advice on braces and stuff like that as she goes through the comparably minor trials that other kids go through. So, yeah, it just seems like if I'm going to share my life and then hide my son, that is, like, to me, a form of discrimination that I will not impose upon him. I am not afraid. I'm not embarrassed. Having a special needs son is not something to be ashamed of. It is, I'm not a terribly spiritual guy, right? But whether it be a higher power or just, some combination of atoms or chemicals or what have you, I've been chosen. I've been chosen to get Colin and to shepherd him into adulthood, to find a way to make him like a happy, productive member of society that lives a full life. That's my job. And, in my opinion, treating him differently or more sheltered than I would another kid is not the way to go. The scoreboard will be posted in, I guess, 10 more years or so. But as it is right now, I'm doing the best I can, and I will not hide him. I will not bow down, and I will not back away. This is Colin. This is my son. He's Team Gamertag, and that's his deal. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. If you're new around here and you liked it, you can click on subscribe and see more stuff from me in the future. 2 videos you may have missed. The top one is Mail Monday. I talk about rape and mugging. I talk about birth control, and I talk about a guy who's scared headed into surgery. The bottom one, I try to keep you guys in touch with the latest Modern Warfare 3 news, or Call of Duty news really, whether it be about new game modes or patches or whatever. And there's been some buzz about Drop Zone coming back, so I explain what's new on that front. Surprise video on the right. Links in the description to t-shirts, Facebook, and Twitter, and have a good day.